Here's one thing that I learned that changed my life forever when it came to investing. Obviously, we all know this, but being able to put it into practice makes a world of a difference. Institutions are the ones that make the money move. What do we mean by that? Well, obviously, I mean that the big stock price rises or the big stock price falls come from institutions. Most of the time, they have an incentive to do such, and here's why. Anytime any sort of news comes out, institutions typically like to take advantage of it by manipulating markets, by pulling a lot of money out or putting a lot of money in. So let's say great news comes out, institutions love to pour in, and obviously we see the stock price rise or crypto coin price rise. Same thing with bad news like inflation data or jobs reports or rumors of wars or what have you. The institutions love news because news basically causes an influx in prices. Now, a lot of these institutions that do investing for a living, they keep money on the sidelines. So anytime a big move happens, they leverage that to be able to make money in the short term as well as more money in the long term. So how do we take advantage of that? Well, I think a good way to think about it is try to have a similar strategy that Warren Buffett has. Warren Buffett, outside of just playing like the safe, bill payer stocks or putting it in the safest sort of equities or bonds or whatever, it's important to make sure we keep money on the sidelines, because when we keep money on the sidelines, we can too partake in the same sort of events that the institutions are playing on. So what I do, I trade every single day. I never go to sleep with all my money in the stock market. In fact, I leave quite a big chunk out of the market or out of crypto so that when stuff like this happens, I can throw it in. Now, obviously, you can only buy the dip for so long before you run out of money, but it's important to realize that overall sentiment matters when you're investing. And so if the sentiment is a sentiment that's not going to really affect a certain crypto or a certain stock, and yet they're dumping with the overall market, that's usually a good time to buy in. That's how I do it, and that's how I've made over 150% overall returns this year in my stock market portfolio alone. Think about it logically. When you invest, don't invest with emotions. As soon as you can learn how to invest logically rather than with emotions, your stock life, your crypto life will change dramatically. Thank me later. Let me know how that changes for you guys. But for me, it changed the game for me 1000%. And since I was able to flip that switch, that's when I started to really maximize my gains. So